The 19th Street incident. A few neighbors had gathered in front of Annie's house. Annie's parents were talking to each other, but they weren't paying attention to each other. Nina watched their movements. ارغوان went towards them and offered his condolences on Annie's death. The next morning, Annie's hearse stopped in front of her house. Her father didn't come forward until Annie's mother was next to the body. And after he left, he went to Annie's body. When they were driving to the cemetery, they each followed the hearse in their own cars, even showing their separation in front of people. Nina asked, "Do her parents live separately?" ارغوان said, "No, they live in the same house. But from what I heard from the neighbors and my parents, they are at odds with each other and haven't spoken to each other for years, and Annie mostly went here and there alone." Is that the boy? Maybe he had just become friends with her. After the ceremony, her parents left with the others. A few days later, the news of their official divorce reached everyone. Annie's mother packed all her belongings into the car and left. Every day, a new news of sudden deaths, the discovery of a piece of clothing in the body of the murdered, and even a severed head, made the headlines. Annie had drawn them here. But it was all her fault. I had not given her enough power to summon demons with this power. I scattered the children all over the area. When I walked among the people, I was in the form of an ordinary person. And like them, we used the tools of the day. The passage of time had no effect on us. We were immortal, and as long as this world existed, so were we. The attacks mostly happened at night. The police could only collect the bodies, of course, those that remained. In order for people who saw me not to be afraid of me and to trust me more, I disguised myself as an old man with completely white hair. No one would suspect a quiet old man walking towards his house at night, and they were more willing to talk. I heard the sound of quick footsteps. A shadow appeared on the pavement. A young man was running towards me. When he saw me, he said, panting, "Old man, get out of here, they are so scary, they are after me." I could barely escape. "But you?" I said, "I can handle myself. What should I be afraid of? You didn't see them, or else you wouldn't have said this." Predatory creatures that I have never seen before, several of them, are arriving now. Run away. I heard a snoring sound and several large shadows approaching quickly. Around their necks were torn collars and chains. Their mouths were bloody. The man ran away when he saw them. But suddenly he turned around, took my hand and said, "We are going together." And I followed him for a distance. They were very close. I knocked him unconscious and put him on top of a staircase out of their reach. I turned to them and said, "You can't go any further from here." They looked at me and rushed towards me. Lightning struck them from the sky. The entire alley was lit up. People were watching the lightning strike the ground from behind the windows and the creatures that had appeared in front of them for a moment under the lightning. Police cars appeared from a distance. I got to the young man's side. I took on an anxious and terrified look. After a while the lightning stopped. The young man came to his senses and shouted. I said quietly, "Oh my God, we are saved." What happened? A heavenly calamity fell upon them. They all died. Several policemen came towards us. The policewoman asked, "Are you okay? Are you not feeling well?" The young man replied, "No, I'm fine." I suddenly fainted, and when I came to my senses it was as if everything was over. The woman turned to me and said, "Did something happen to you?" I said, "Apart from the fact that I was shocked and left my cane there, I don't think anything happened." The woman smiled and said, "I'll help you now." She gave me the cane and helped me get up. She asked, "Do you remember anything?" I was going home when this young man, terrified, ran away, saying that scary creatures were following him. Creatures that I had never seen before. At first he ran away, but he came back to take me with him, when suddenly there were many flashes of lightning. I didn't know what happened. I only remember that I came to my senses a few moments before him and saw myself here next to this young man. I don't know anything more than that. She wrote something down on a piece of paper. People came out when they saw the police and made a big fuss.